Say this to Facebook and Twitter? Guys, we spoke a different language on the plane, and now we're getting kicked out.
That's insane.
Now we're getting kicked out. We're getting kicked out because we spoke a different language. This is 2016. 2016. Look, Delta Airlines are kicking us out because we spoke a different language. Because we spoke a different language. Thank you so much. You guys are racist. I cannot believe my eyes. I cannot believe it.
However, passengers on this flight have a completely different story. There was a Reddit post by Chain187 explaining his side of the story, also showing his boarding pass, proving that he was on the flight. The gentleman's name is Anthony, and we have him on here for an interview. Okay, so I'm here with Anthony. He was actually on the Delta flight with Adam Saleh. Anthony, where were you on the plane? Were you close to Adam?
Yeah, so he was on row 38 and I was on row 36. So you're looking maybe 6 feet.
Right, you were 6 feet away from him. What exactly did you see?
So I'm sat there. I was wanting to move seats, so I didn't have my headphones in already, or I may have missed the whole thing. But so I'm sat there waiting to try and move seats, and I can hear him giggling with his friend next to him, and yeah, it's like, whatever. So, but then his friend shouts something out loud across the plane. So I looked at him and I looked over thinking, oh, maybe he's shouting his friend or something. Mm-hmm. But no one turns around. Anyway,
was he standing up?
No, he was sat down, but he was leaning out of his chair, like up and forward.
Okay.
So he shouts it again, and this time he puts he balls up his fist and he puts it in the air when he's doing it. And I thought, what's he shouting? So I tried to Google what I thought he was saying, because I'm thinking maybe it's an Arabic greeting that I've not heard of before, because I just couldn't work out what he was saying, and I know a few words in Arabic. But a woman a couple of seats in front of him says, can you please stop shouting?
Right.
And the guy in the hat says, just shut up and enjoy your flight.
And that was his friend that said that. Shut up and enjoy your flight.
That was the guy in the hat.
Okay.
I think that's the Saleh guy. But it was the guy without the hat. He's the guy that was actually shouting out.
So Adam was telling people to shut up.
Yeah, and the other guy was the one that was actually shouting the thing out.
Okay. So what transpired next? Like, how did they get to the point where he was actually removed from the plane?
Well, the guy shouts it out again, and this woman says, look, will you shut up? You're upsetting my children. Will you stop shouting out on the plane? And again, the guy in the hat says, no, you shut up and enjoy your flight. And by this point, it was either her husband or someone she was traveling with. He stands up and says, no, you shut up. Don't talk to her like that. You shut up. You're the one shouting. He starts going back and forth with this guy. Then another woman who was in the middle of the plane, she stands up and goes, yeah, you should shut up. Why are you shouting across the plane? And he tells her to shut up. And then another guy stands up. And then he's just going back and forth, arguing with all these different people.
So basically, his friend Slim is shouting this thing, right, with his fist in the air. And then every time someone complains, Adam's telling everyone else on the plane to shut up and enjoy their flight.
Yeah, and then they're saying it back to him, and then they're just kind of shouting it back and forth across each other.
Now, was Adam Saleh or his friend filming the reaction from the other passengers?
Yeah, the Adam guy was on his phone, and he got asked to delete it by one of the flight attendants. I'm not sure if he did or not, but the flight attendant said that he had deleted it. But obviously, I don't know.
What did you feel like when this came out and Adam's video went viral? I mean, it has almost 1 million retweets on Twitter. It's seen by millions of people. What did you feel like knowing that you saw the whole thing and it was a completely different story from what he was saying?
I felt really bad because so many people go through actual racism, including myself, and to think that he was just deliberately trying to wind people up, and then he's then using racism as a cover for people getting annoyed at him being obnoxious rather than it actually being a race thing. And I feel like it's things like this that dilute the problem of racism itself, because it seems like if people just constantly shout racism for anything and everything, then true instances of racism are ignored, or they're just they're not taken seriously, because if people like that will just shout racism for anything.
I'm really glad, Anthony, that you made that post on Reddit. You know, without that, I don't think we would get this side of the story. And I really appreciate you coming on. But one quick question. Adam claims that he was talking to his mother on the phone. Did that ever take place?
I could hear everything that the people around me were saying, and he never spoke one word of Arabic. The guy sat next to him never spoke one word of Arabic, and I found out what the thing was that he was actually saying, and it was telilot and that is some Indonesian meme that people are saying, and it means "Sir, honk your horn." So that's what he was actually shouting out. I don't even know if that is Arabic. Apparently it's Indonesian, but that's what he was actually shouting out. Telilot
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here from Anthony, an actual passenger just 2 seats away on the plane on that Delta flight. ABC News 7 out of New York interviewed passengers after they got off the flight to get their side of the story, and this is what they had to say. Roll it.
He stood up and started shouting, putting his fist in the air, shouting something that sounded really Arabic. For no reason, sat down. Few minutes passed and then he was up again, doing it again. He did it 3 times till eventually people said, no, we're not happy with this.
People were crying. They felt so uncomfortable because it felt awkward. It was really uncomfortable. There wasn't fear. It was just uncomfort. It was like, why is this happening in today's world?
Adam Saleh's video on social media claiming that Delta was racist, that the passengers were racist, has been seen millions of times.